So in 2024, everything was going nice, and then the Fire Nation attacked. It's not just ideas. I wake up sometimes and I have very vivid dreams, and I have to dictate it to my phone. If not, I forget. If I don't do it as the first thing when I wake up, I was giving the persona of a hard guy.
Yeah.
I am
So you broke your heart by yourself. That point, most people tend to be like, did I make a wrong decision? Because you knew that things were pulling you, and you brought out one, and that one was not like as serious as you thought. It was the rest that were actually stressing you.
Something is wrong. It's like there's a weight on my mind that I really can't explain. There's this thing where if your life is going great, there's a tendency for you to turn away from God.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a calling upon your life that you don't know. Yeah. And the only way for God to do you like, hey, back here, is that all of the things that you have used to replace in your life is going to first take it away.
So your album has like a story it's telling over time.
My career has a story it's telling over time. Hi, my name is ogmage, and I'm a Voltech Studios Spotlight Session.
Who are your biggest influences growing up?
Music-wise?
Yes. Or otherwise, anyone?
I feel like my biggest influence is Eminem. And it's weird to say, it's just the music I grew up with.
Yeah.
I think it was my brother. My brother put me on the kind of music he likes, and it was that kind of music. I listened to a lot of Eminem and Lil Wayne. And I think till now, sometimes when I'm rapping, it was like, guy, you sound foreign. You need to sound more Nigerian. It's just my influence.
You listen to a lot of them, so that's probably why. How would you describe your sound to someone that is just hearing you for the first time?
Describe my sound. I always used to tell people that I do Afrofusion and hip-hop. But I feel like it's a lot more than that because I experiment a lot. And it is more about the content of the music than the music itself. So I would say it's very, very conscious music. And even if I'm making a song that it feels like I'm just vibing, if you listen to the song, you pick something out of it. So that's the part of my music that actually connects with people. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so what do you think separates you from other artists in your genre?
What separates me? I feel like all of the things that add up to make us the artists that we are already separate us in some kind of way. And I don't try to be like anybody. And I'm going to drop I'm going to connect some dots here on this interview. So there's something I've been doing since the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
It was like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So my first project was called Alter Ego. And by the time I started, I had one style of rap. But I knew that indeed I'm going to be evolving, and I'm going to evolve into multiple personalities in the music. I knew from the first project, that's why the project was called Alter Ego. Then I dropped the next project. It was called Up to No Good. On Up to No Good, I brought the style from Alter Ego and then the soft boy style too. But if you look at the cover, you see 3 heads. The 3 heads is me on my post, but there are 3 heads with 3 different classes. Yeah. They have names. Melkor, Casper, and Balthazar.
You named yourself? Like your alter egos?
Yes. They have 3 names. Love Lost and Found is the project for the 3rd alter ego. Balthazar, who is more like the storyteller and infuses elements of the first and the second, but into his own unique style.
Okay, so your album has like a story it's telling over time.
My career has a story it's telling over time.
Wow. Okay. That really separates you. There's
a lot more, but I feel like that one is like story on its own.
So when creating a song, what usually comes first? The lyrics, the beats, or the music?
Whichever one God give me.
So you don't have a specific way you create. Anyone that comes to you first?
Whatever. Sometimes I may even wake up from sleep and maybe there was something I was hearing in my dream. Yeah. And if you listen to my voice notes, sometimes you think I'm crazy because it's me with sleepy voice sometimes and I'm just humming something into the And that may just be the basis of the whole song.
Okay.
Sometimes it's my producer comes in and he plays something and I like it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, so sometimes when you wake up like and you have an idea, you usually like record it to your
immediately. Make it no loss.
For real? I swear. For
my
real
phone it's not just ideas. I wake up sometimes and I have very vivid dreams and I have to dictate it to my phone. If not, I forget. If I don't do it as the first thing when I wake up, that's me and God. That's how we used to discuss.
So what inspired this EP?
$1 million question. So in 2024, everything was going nice, and then the Fire Nation attacked.
Who is Fire Nation?
So things were going fine. I was working as a senior software engineer in a company in Canada. That was going great, and I was also doing music, and I was in a relationship. It sounds like a very beautiful life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heading for marriage.
I'm going to tell you how the Fire Nation attacked. Like everything was smooth and rosy. I was floating. And then I think it was burnout. That's how. First of all, I noticed that something is wrong. It's like there's a weight on my mind that I really can't explain. And I went into therapy first. I'm like, I'm going to talk to someone first. So I was in therapy for a while, and then it felt like it was just ADHD and I was experiencing executive dysfunction. But I feel like there was burnout inside it. I feel like my soul was tired of something. I don't know what it was, but a lot of things were happening. And I was struggling to keep everything together. Then I saw this movie. It's called The Three Body Problem. It's a show. And in that show, aliens were coming to Earth because their planet was about to explode because 3 suns were pulling it in 3 directions. And after I watched the movie, I heard a voice inside say, "You are being pulled in 3 directions." And then when I watched that movie, the way they could have solved the problem was to eliminate 1 sun, because if it was 2 suns pulling the planet, they can detect the change in season.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so you're trying to tell me one thing has to go? At this point, I'm losing my mind. So
what were the 3 things that you think were pulling you?
Software, music, and relationship.
Okay. So which one went?
Yes.
I can get the relationship.
Yes. But do you know what? I overestimated my ability to handle something like that. Because,
That's crazy.
I was giving the personal the hand guy.
Yeah.
I am
so you broke your heart by yourself?
Why are you
No. That's it. You broke your heart by yourself.
Pretty much.
Hi.
So I'm like, I understand that I'm going to experience some kind of chaos for a while, but maybe I'll be able to keep the rest of the 2 things. Now, this is a testament of how much I love music. Maybe I'll be able to keep my life together. It was hard. It was messy. It was dark. But guess what happened?
What?
2 months after the breakup, I quit.
From your job?
Yes. We had just finished a 2-year project, and see, it felt like there was a setup of my life. So we were 3 software engineers in the entire company that was building everything. We're already short-staffed in that department. Then 1 person left because it was too much. Now we were 2, and we were halfway into a project that if we hire new people, the time it would take us to get them up to speed, we would have finished it. So we said, let's roll out it till the end.
Yeah.
That's 2 months after the breakup. In fact, after the breakup, I feel like I just submitted myself to work. I just dived into the work. After that 2 months, I was shipped this new feature and everything was fine. It's like my brain just said, I've given you all of the juice I have left to do. I just noticed that I'll be staring at my screen sometimes and I was zone out for like 4 hours. It was crazy. It was really crazy. And then I showed up to work one day. I was supposed to come give my manager a report at work of what I had done for all of that week because they even reduced my workload because it was taking a toll on me. And then I showed up to that meeting. I'm like, honestly, I haven't done anything. And I can't promise you that I'm going to do anything because my brain is not agreeing with me. 2 days prior, I set my phone to just record me throughout my work process so that I can see what I'm doing that takes my time. And you know that I was in one position for 4 hours?
Jesus.
But in the moment, I didn't know that happened.
Wow.
Until I was watching the time lapse. I'm like, okay, this is a problem. So when I explained the whole thing to him, he's like, bro, you have to put yourself before the company. And as he said that, yeah, he's a very down-to-earth guy. Shout out to Marcus. So it was in that meeting I quit. On a random...
So now you removed 2 songs.
Yes. On a random day, I just quit. Then after I quit, and I'm like, okay, I feel some kind of relief. What's happening now? Writer's block hits me.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It was just back to back.
That's what...
Do you regret that ended that relationship? Do you think you should have left the relationship and removed the software engineering instead?
I don't think like that. I feel... So, I'm somebody that I feel like all of my life I have been led. If I tell you how my career started, you understand why I say that. So sometimes, even when I do something that me, myself, I don't understand, I say there's a reason for this. Like, how I explain it now, or how I would explain it in hindsight, is that a season had to end. And that was the beginning of the ending.
Yeah.
Because after that writer's block hit and I just dove headfirst into depression that my manager was talking about, it was deep, that he had to say, oh, let's do a writing camp. So we called artists that were my friend and we're just camped in my house for like 6 months. It was in that writing camp that I started to write music again. And most of those songs, they may not come out, but it got my blood flowing. But I don't feel like I came out of that headspace until I found God.
Yeah.
Like I had to find God. I descended to the lowest of low. What is the lowest that depression takes you? That's where I descended to. I found out that rock bottom has a basement and I went there. It's funny. I know, but I'm glad I can laugh about it now.
Yes.
So you get, and then when I came out and I decided, I want to start making music again. I know you may ask, like, why did I start with a love song? See my shirt. It says love lost and found, but it says era of the storm. And it says the calm, then the storm after the calm. This was the gift, by the way. So here's the thing. For the next few years of my career, I've already put out what I'm going to be releasing. It is my story for the things that happened in this span, from this time where all of the things started to go hit the fan. It starts with love lost and found because it started with the ending of a relationship. It all begins with a love story. So then the calm is going to tell you guys of all of that phase descending to the valley of the shadow of death.
Yeah.
That's the calm. The calm is 2 projects: Pain and Prophecy, Death and Destiny. Then there's the storm after the calm. The things that will go into the storm after the calm has not happened yet. That's why I say my music is prophetic. So those things, I'm going to be speaking into my future and telling of the things that came after the calm.
Okay, so what's the timeline for this? Like, when should we expect the next project?
So as this project is out now and I'm promoting this project, I'm going to be dropping a number of singles. But as I'm praying, I'll be asking God, how far, when are we doing our next project? Because if you don't say, my relationship with God like this now is like this. Yeah. If you don't say we are moving, we are not moving. See this podcast, before I came here, I'm like, I don't know what we're going to do here, but I commit this podcast into your hands. So this podcast is going to blow. Are you that are watching? Share it. Go find grace.
Okay.
So yeah. So now you know the inspiration behind Love Lost and Found is from, this is the season of Balthazar. Balthazar is telling a story.
Okay. Balthazar's story is a lot.
It's a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. I can't even begin to tell you, but it is a lot.
So you don't regret any of the relationship. Obviously, you don't regret it because you brought about like.
I like how you're going back to the
no,
relationship.
no, because like after you ended the relationship, it felt like every other thing just collapsed around you. So at that point, most people tend to be like, did I like make a wrong decision? Because you knew that things were pulling you and you brought out one, and that one was not like as serious as you thought. It was the rest that were actually stressing you. So some people would tend to be like, did I make a mistake? Like,
should I tell you what? Like, I know now, because of where I am with God. Do you know, I can't have a 30 minutes conversation now without mentioning God. That's how close we are. But I'll tell you now what that was. Is there's this thing where if your life is going great, there's a tendency for you to turn away from God.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a calling upon your life that you don't know. Yeah. And the only way for God to do you like, hey, back here, is that all of the things that you have used to replace in your life is going to first take it away. When you take it away and you see that, in the grand scheme of things, I am nothing, you will remember.
Okay,
so that was the mercy of God, if I'm going to interpret.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not really like, it's not something you think about because you just see, okay, it's maybe God's plan.
In the heat of the moment, like, no, like when I was in the thick of it, there was regret. In fact, I tried to get back in that relationship.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to the first song, Love Lost and Found, that's the headspace I was in for that song. So I was rapping from the point of where I was that time that I was trying to get the relationship back. That's where Love Lost and Found comes in. So I could see that the reason why this thing was not working is that there was something that I need to find before my life can balance again. And until I found that thing, my life did not balance. But this is a whole story for another podcast. Let me know the
No problem.
Yeah.
So is there any song from this EP that you wrote during that writing camp?
No.
Okay, so that writing those songs, then we might never hear it ever.
There's a 99% chance that you never.
I hope we do.
The story behind why you not hear it is also another podcast.
Okay.
See, this is why Bartola has a lot to talk about.
So, what's the hardest song you wrote in this EP, or why?
Right and Wrong.
Why?
So, there's some songs that I write and, I'm thinking and I'm crafting it in my head and I'm penning it down. Right and Wrong is not one of those songs. Right and Wrong is, like I told you, I already had the first verse. And the first verse seemed like I'm trying to reach a level-headed agreement with somebody that I'm in a relationship with. Like, let's agree on what we'll do to make this thing work. That's how it starts. But that's not the headspace I'm writing Love Lost and Found from. So I needed to find. So that was a space from before everything hit the fan. So I had to now talk about when things hit the fan. And when I was writing that verse, if I tell you that it was flowing, and I don't hit that flow state for a lot of songs. Like I was writing it sometimes and I'm like, this line and this line, it's not about they don't rhyme. It's like, this line seems so longer than this line. Like it's not supposed to match. Like, but I was just writing. So the rhyme scheme of the song is not linear. It just goes, it takes you on a journey as the thing I'm saying. And even the way the song starts, if anybody try to take you away, I'm Liam Neeson. Once you hear that line, you're already like, oh, wait, what? That's the song that somebody heard and they called me. It's like, guy, what's happened to you? Like, you hear it and you know that something happened in this guy. There's a line that always hits me I was like, when confronted about following Jesus, Peter denied. So who was I?
Who did you deny?
You have to listen to the song.
Okay, I'm going to listen to the song.
But I didn't deny anybody. It was a metaphor for something. It was a metaphor for me ending things, breaking my own heart. That's denying. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to start with the first session now. So you're just going to answer, no thinking.
I'm going to close my eye for this one.
You can. Day or night?
Night.
Lagos or Abuja?
Abuja.
Studio or stage?
Studio.
Bad girl or good girl?
Good girl.
Text or voice notes?
Voice notes.
Short or long captions?
Long captions.
Collaborations or solo drops?
Collaborations.
Soft life or hustle?
Soft life.
Lagos girls or Abuja girls?
Abuja girls.
Morning or night?
Night.
Love songs or bangers?
Love songs.
Obviously, just for the love song. Okay, so one more question.
Okay, that's all for you.
Yes.
It's not even hard. Hi, my name is ogmage, and I'm a Voltech Studios Spotlight Session.